What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 1 of Tiny Fit Talks. This is going to be like more of a raw, unfiltered type of style video. I honestly wanted to make this video more for a way to get to know, for you guys to get to know me on a deeper level and just kind of sharing my journey with you guys. And then also this is a way for me to kind of step out of my comfort zone and start practicing the art of just like communication and public speaking, and what better way than to just film raw and real for you guys. So I want to make this video because I feel like I've been in and out of social media over the past few years, and I've been out of business with my husband for a couple years now because I had my son. He's 2 years old now, so I'm 2 years postpartum. It's been interesting navigating the social media realm when you came from like a place where you have been creating content online, started an online business with your husband, you've been a go-getter, and then now you have a kid, you're immersed in motherhood, and you're just mothering the whole time. Like, it's crazy how much my life has changed from that person who is like that go-getter, ambitious woman, bodybuilder, social media content coach, to now just like full-time momming. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I mean, I'm still creating content online, but I've just been really in and out. Like, it's crazy because like when people go into like postpartum, they have, their maternity leave and they eventually go back to work. Where like, because I create content online and we have an online business, like that going back to work is like, where is that? Like, what does that even look like? Am I still making content? Am I not making content? Like, what is that? So I've really taken the last 2 years, especially, I feel like this is 2 years in the making of like wanting to make this video and wanting to like put myself out there again, because I feel like I'm at a place where I really lost that version of me as like a coach, as a fitness coach, but also as someone who wants more for herself than being at home all the time. And don't get me wrong, I love being at home. I love being a stay-at-home mom. I love it. I love it. I love it. But why not do something more in the time and era that you're currently in? Like, I refuse to believe that. And so this is really just like me talking about kind of like where I'm at. And for those who don't know me, I'm more public on Instagram. I have had my Instagram account, TinyFitJen, for like close to 10 years now, just sharing my fitness journey. And then I got into bodybuilding, invested in coaches over the years, and then we as in my husband, started our online fitness coaching business, helping women get in the best shape of their lives. And it's been amazing. And we've been in business for 5 years, but up until like maybe the last 2 to 3 years, I kind of made that transition out of the business so that I could fully be present with our son Michael and just be with him all the time. And I'm very grateful that over the last 5 plus years, we've really built ourselves and our lifestyle and our routine and just like our business to where it is today to like make that happen. Because I came from a place where I was nursing. I was in the nursing industry full time. And when you come from a place where you're like wearing all these different hats in the different stages of life that you're in, it's like crazy to know that like now that I'm a mom, I've kind of not necessarily given up, but like I've hung the hat to those old identities and versions of myself. I always thought myself as the coach, as the nurse, as the go-getter, as the ambitious woman, like who will do anything when I put my mind to it. And I feel like I lost that part of myself when I became a mom. And I am still that person, but I think every season's for a reason. And for the last 2 years, I've been loving my postpartum journey, because it has allowed me to really slow down. And for my ambitious go-getting woman, you know how hard that could be, or maybe it's so foreign to you, but just being like a stay-at-home mom, just taking care of my son, has been the best experience that I get to do, because I've learned to really slow down. I've learned to really been able to kind of like immerse myself in the process of just being present and being patient and living in kind of like my feminine era where I'm doing things for myself in terms of nurturing my body, focusing on my fitness, focusing on my mental, physical well-being, the well-being of my family, and that means supporting my husband and of course taking care of our son, and just really building up back those habits that make me feel good and fill up my cup so I could show up as a better person, as a wife, and obviously mom to my son. And so I feel like these last 2 years have kind of been a very big transformation. I mean, of course it is. I just had a kid, but I think I've really grown in the sense I've taken a lot of time to self-reflect, because I'm like, well, who am I outside of this? You know, like I feel like a lot of people can relate to this, and this is why I'm making this video. It's like, who am I outside of just being a mom? Like, who am I besides the things I'm doing on a regular basis? Like, being in the same home, I love it, but it is kind of mundane. Like, it's the same thing over and over again. And I feel like I can relate to a lot of moms who decide to go back to work or struggle being at home, because I feel like there's that part of your brain or that part of who you are that isn't getting stimulated. And what I mean by that is like I've grown so much as like the gen mom, like me momming, and also even my fitness, just navigating my fitness through motherhood. Like, I've coached moms before I became a mom, and I literally helped them transform their lives, but there's like a different, deeper understanding of that when you actually become one, and when you start to actually navigate the hardships and like the struggles that mom face on a daily basis, like sleep regressions, or when the baby gets sick, or when you're so burnt out and tired, like what do you do? So I'm very grateful that I've gotten to now learn, and I'm going to continue to level up and learn as we continue to adapt together. Adapt as in we, as in like me and my son. And I'm at a place where I've grown so much as a mom, and my fitness has also leveled up too. But that part of Jen where like, what is that passion? What is that passion project? What is that thing I want to do to make an impact and to serve society? And I've been praying a lot about this, because up until like maybe three years ago, I was coaching clients, and me and my husband kind of made that decision to transition away from that, and to, you know, really transition away from the business. And now he's fully doing it for himself, and he's embracing it fully, and I love it. And I'm like, that's a thing, right? Like, I love seeing my husband grow and develop in his own journey when it comes to his own self-development, business, just like the growth in his journey, like just seeing it witness in real time has been amazing, and I'm so proud of him. And I think that this is where I feel like a lot of couple resentment can happen, where you're like seeing your life change as a mom versus like you're seeing your husband, and it seems like life hasn't changed for him, even though you guys are parents and you've had this baby together. But it's just such a weird phenomenon. And I had a conversation with my husband, I think maybe a year ago now, that really shifted how I looked at motherhood. And I want to share it with you guys because I think it's so profound, and it's part of the reason why I'm now kind of like rebranding not only myself but like what I want to do. And so like we were having a conversation, I was crying, I was just like, you know what, like I feel like I'm just a mom. I feel like I'm not doing anything besides momming all the time, and I want to start making more content online. I want to start doing that again. I feel like I'm losing the skills that I built up over the years, and when you don't, you know, you lose them when you don't use them, right? And so he was just saying like, hey, like, you know, you realize that being a mom is one of the most honorable, most rewarding jobs there is out there. And it was a good reminder for me, but at the same time, it was like a hat that I refused to put on. Like it was so, like it was just something that I was just like, okay, success means what you do outside of being a mom, when really like embracing being a mother has been, now that I've really just been like wearing that hat with pride, I've noticed a huge shift in me in terms of my greater purpose, because I was literally pulling, like I felt like this like invisible pull of like my old identity as Tiny Fit Jen versus who I am now as Meant to Mom. And like this is where Meant to Mom has really come into fruition and has become now me. And like it started with like, hey, like focusing on just mothers, like how can I help moms, how can I help moms navigate and like motherhood to then be able to prioritize their fitness and achieve their goals while chasing kids. You know what I mean? Like, I can do it. I know so many moms can do it. And it's like part of that messaging where I really want to get hyper focused on rather than the other things, like the other content I used to do. And the moment I kind of like realized that, I was like, oh my gosh, like I could still be me, but just in a different way. And that's when we kind of started, when I started Meant to Mom, in terms of like the clothing and like putting out fitness mom wear, where like it is inspiring and encouraging for moms to be muscle mamas, and that you can be stronger and not smaller in motherhood in all capacities. And it's embracing that role and anointing yourself of that role, because it is huge. We go through so much fucking shit. And so now I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, I love the clothing, I love that outlet for me, but I want to do more. And I think a lot of this time away has given me a time to really reflect on what I want to do now. Because another thing that I feel like I struggle with is just that fear of failure, that fear of being judged, the fear of like doing something wrong and being misunderstood. Like in fitness and in like momhood, like I can own that. I've been in a place where I've invested in myself so much in terms of my fitness that even when you fail, you just keep going. And like I know the pathway to success in that way. But when it comes to business, I feel like I've had more failures than successes, to the point where it's like kind of debilitated me and caused me to like really give up or hide or just be like, well, what's the point? I never get good at it anyway. And it was literally an ongoing narrative for years, even before I had kids. And I'm at a place now where like I've invested so much in my fitness. And when I mean investing, I mean like hiring a coach for at every season in my life, from like when I was in my early 20s, like investing in a coach and going into bodybuilding, to like now, like I without a doubt won't ever hesitate investing in my fitness, because it's given me the results and it's shown me and it's proven to me that I could do it. But when it comes to business and just like my own personal development, I haven't seen that. And so like it's been a long time coming for me to really show up and to do something scary like this, like showing up online, making content, and like pursuing something I'm passionate about and just doing it, you know, like, because I've had so many failures and just so many doubts, and that has like had me at a chokehold for forever. And it's something that I've literally been constantly praying about, and just like praying to God about, okay, put people in my path to show me the way. And this was a very big thing that actually happened to me like 2 weeks ago, was that I invested in a mentor for my own personal growth and business, which I've honestly never done before. Sean has done it, and I just kind of like tagged along, and we've been able to kind of build and grow together. But there's something about investing yourself and putting that money down yourself. Literally, I've had to pull it out of my savings. That is scary, because you don't have enough proof or history of you being successful in this, and now you've paid a significant amount of money that I'm not comfortable with. Like, it's like, well, what do I do? What if I fail? What if I give up? What if I like just start and stop? And like, what if it doesn't work? And I've done, like, there's so many doubts that has really held me back over the years from like doing something as big as this for me. But I've finally found a mentor who's going to help me, who's actually a mom too. So that was like a big kind of a prerequisite. If I was going to invest in a business mentor, it'd be someone who is a mom and who's currently doing it right now. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And the point of this video is that I'm starting a YouTube channel, which I've been wanting to do for years, but I watch YouTube. It's probably the most dominant platform that I use, that I consume online. And that's one of the big things as well, is that in that last 2 years, I've kind of been on and off on Instagram and just like not been fully present, just because I wanted to create healthy boundaries with social media. It could be so negative, it could be so over consuming, you get lost and like kind of stuck with like the mom anxiety of like so many things consuming in that headspace that like just wasn't serving me. Like, you know, just seeing all the scary things that are out there, especially as a mom, when you see that stuff, it's like it just doesn't help you, right? So I kind of really took a break, but now I'm finally at a place where like I don't want that to hold me back. I don't want that to prevent me from sharing my journey and to share things that can help you as moms get to where you need to be with fitness. I feel like that's just a selfish thing to do, and I feel like God has really shown me and given me a place and a platform to do that and to like use me as a vessel, and like that's why I'm here. That is why I'm here. And so welcome to Meant to Mom, guys. If you've made it this far, this is going to be a kind of your headquarters, your training ground to really prioritize your fitness, get in the best shape of your life in this season of motherhood that you are in, no matter what season of motherhood you are in, and chase your goals without, telling yourself you need more time and things, because there are things I'm going to be sharing that I've learned that I undoubtedly is going to help you. So if you like that type of thing, like, subscribe, welcome. And this is just a way for me to like step out of my comfort zone, do something that's scary and like good for myself to help kind of like retrain my mind and to like get me going again in this season of like business or just like personal development and growth that we are in. So if you guys like that type of thing, I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to see more Tiny Fit Talks like this, let me know. I used to ramble and do a lot of that on my social media. Now I'm still going to be present on Instagram. It may just not be as much. I don't know. I really want to focus on just YouTube because I see value in YouTube. I see value in really just value-based content, because I feel like here people come to learn. You want to learn, like you are there to sit down to really consume in a healthy way, and I want to contribute to that. And I also want just like an archive, like a long-term archive, that my son can come to, long before I'm gone. I mean, it's sad to say, but I want to like put that on there for like my own accountability, to like look back on this and to share with you guys. So if you guys like that type of thing, let me know, and we'll see you in the next video.